Very good morning to all the parents. The theme of the month for the month of May is all about me, and one very important aspect of the whole theme is family. And because the children right now are staying at home living with the family, so I think it will give you an added advantage to talk about it. So in school when they come, the first thing that we give them is blank sheet of paper, and each child is told to draw his or her own family. So when we collect the drawings, usually we have different kinds of families that the children draw. Some are single child families, some are more than one child, so they have siblings, be it a brother or a sister. Some are even adopted. Some are living with just the mother, single parent family. Some are living just with the father. So you have a lot of families, different kind of families, and lot to talk about. And each child should know about the different kind of families. So the first family that we do is about this young girl called Martha. And she is a single child in a big family. She has a lot of cousins, she has a lot of uncles and aunts, so it's a big family, but she is a single child of her parents. And the family meets only on special occasions. So for example, when it's Martha's birthday, they all come and they are all together. So I'm going to read the text to you. Martha is an only child, but her family is very large, with parents, grandparents, uncles and aunts, cousins. Some of them, however, live far away, and Martha only gets to see them on very special occasion, like when she has a birthday party. So this is what we read, and then we ask the students, so who is Martha? Martha is a girl. Martha is a girl and she's the only child, but she has a large family. So we talk about the vocabulary. So we take the words that come up. So she has cousins, and so this is the story vocabulary that we'll work on. So cousins, so we explain the meaning, and we have here, like we said, talked about fast mapping. We have figures put here. So a girl, two girls and a boy. So these are the cousins. Cousins are not your real brothers and sisters, but children of your uncles and aunts. Then they do about family, of course. So again, a picture to go with the text for fast mapping. Then grandma and grandpa. So grandma and grandpa. Grandma, grandpa, family, cousins. Then you have aunt. So aunt, we explain them. She could be sister to your father, sister to your mother. And you have uncle. So brother to your mother, brother of your father. So those are the words, cutouts of the words with the appropriate picture to go with them, so that they can relate. Even if they don't read, once we read it out to them and show them the picture, they can associate the picture with the word and read. So they know family, family, cousins, uncle, aunt, grandma, grandpa. So we go on with the story further. Martha's dad gets to spend less time at home because he has to travel a lot. When he has to leave, she is a little sad, but she knows he will come back in a few days. Do your parents also have to travel on business? So then we have a little discussion and we ask this question and children answer. Martha loves it when her mom and dad tell her stories while they are looking at old pictures. So they are looking at old pictures of grandparents when they were young. She can see what her grandparents were like when they were young. Her parents did not know each other then. They belonged to two different families. So here we talk about the concept of maternal and paternal. So every child has two sets of grandparents, one from the mother's side, maternal, and one from the father's side, paternal. So in our country it's easier because they have respective names, Dadi, Dada, Nani, Nana. It's absolutely clear which side they belong to. Now all of them belong to the same family. So now that the parents are married, it's all one big family. That's how Martha has a big family. Martha's family, she likes spending time with her grandparents and learning the many things they have to teach her. And now here we again interact with the children. Okay, so do you have grandparents? And some of them do have grandparents. So how do you spend time with them? What do your grandparents tell you? What have they taught you? What have you learned from them? Martha also has a lot of aunts and uncles. They are her parents' brothers and sisters. Her mom has just one brother, but her dad has 5 brothers and sisters. They are a large family. Again, we interact here. Do you have a large family or a small family? Some of her aunts and uncles have children and some others don't. Can you imagine doing the dishes after a family reunion? So here again we talk about how they help their parents. Do they help their parents when there are a lot of guests at home? Do they have any responsibilities? Soon Martha will have another little cousin because her aunt's expecting a baby. She has a big round belly like a watermelon. They will need bus to travel together. So here they can see, because it's a large family, they cannot fit in one car. They usually need a huge vehicle like a mini bus. Okay, here we talk about how Martha, when she was a little baby, what was her routine like? What made her happy? Her mom and dad loved each other so much that they decided to have a baby. And Martha was born. When she was very little, she slept many hours a day. And many of them, they are in upper KG, but they have a little brother or sister, and they know that little babies sleep a lot. And that when they were little, they slept a lot too. And since she did not know how to talk, she cried for what she wanted. And what she liked best was having her parents sing her a lullaby while they cradled her. So we got another new word here, and that's lullaby. So we explain the meaning and through the picture, lullaby. And you have a mother singing a lullaby to her baby. So they associate the picture with the word, and it's easier for them to read it the next time too. So lullaby, another new word. When Martha is not feeling well, her parents take care of her until she is fine again. If she is sad, they comfort her and keep her company. So another new word that comes up on the board is comfort. Comfort, we associate that when you are sad or unhappy and you are in the arms of your father or mother, they hold you and they kiss you and they give you a hug, you are in comfort, you feel comfortable. So that is an emotion that they learn a new word for this new emotion, comfort. When she is with them, she is not afraid of monsters. So this is the way that we introduce family. This is one of the family, and these are the story vocabulary. So for every story there is a intended vocabulary that they have to learn. So here these are the words, new words, and they go on the tagboard, and every now and then they read it, and slowly, even without the picture, they can read the word. So I hope this was of some help to you, and you will use the similar technique while doing stories with your children at home. So interact with them a lot, give them new words, ask them questions, let them explore their own emotions when they are doing stories. So stay home, stay safe. Thank you.